Week 2 comes around and delivers, as always. It's always one of the most fun weeks every year in college football. It's one of the hardest weeks to predict because you got one game and one set of data to look at to project out how the week's going to go. And man, did week 2 deliver again in big fashion. Crazy, crazy week. Obviously, starting off, Notre Dame lost to Northern Illinois. What the hell happened there? Marcus Freeman maybe on a hot seat right now. Oregon continues to struggle against inferior competition. Bama pulls away late. They had a game that was pretty similar to the USF game last year in back-to-back years. So they may have some problems and some questions. Colorado has some serious problems. Oklahoma, what's going on with them? They did not look great at all against Houston. They barely got out of there with a win. So some things happening there in Norman. Oklahoma State and Arkansas, just playing duck, duck, goose. I don't know what that was. That game was crazy. Arkansas outgained them by like 300 yards and still ends up losing. Oklahoma State covers a -7.5. They have no business doing that. Insane game, double overtime. And South Carolina, Kentucky. Kentucky was 9 to 10 point favorites, and South Carolina just drubbed them, beat them by like 20 points, 25 points. I don't even know what was happening in that game. I don't even think they were playing football. That game was just an absolute mess. Both of those teams have offenses with a lot of problems. Kansas State almost goes down in New Orleans to Tulane. And Fran Brown bringing the heat, taking it personal with Georgia Tech. So Fran Brown and Cuse might be for real a little bit in the ACC. Man, and then a tale of two halves in the Cyhawk game. That game was crazy. Then you also got Cal mauling Auburn. That game was, just in Cal's control pretty much the entire time. Peyton Thorne, man, they got a mess down there in Auburn at quarterback. I think, ultimately week 2 came and gone, and it left me with a lot of questions about a lot of teams heading into week 3 and through the remainder of the season. I think there are 3 teams who have separated themselves into the elite of the pack with Georgia, Ohio State, and Texas. But man, the rest of the sport, they're looking very human-like, and like they could have a lot of holes in a lot of these teams. So such a fun week, always delivers. Looking forward to week 3. Follow Big Body Ball CFB on all socials.